kids was going to be sheltered longer. And we felt that we needed to do something for these kids to get them out of the house, to keep cycling on the minds of the community, and to keep people safe during this pandemic. Because you bring people from outside of the community that hear things, especially about the Watts community. They say, this is a bike club. A bike club is feeding people. A bike club is cleaning up the community. Like, because me, it's always the needs of the community. Remember, this bike club was brought to me by my father. His idea was, let's fix up some bikes and let's sit in the park and let's barbecue. I didn't even know that we were bike advocates until about 5 or 6 years ago, but we was doing the work, right?
We got our Bike Talk theme song. Nick Richard, co-host. This is Don Ward. We've got the legendary John Jones.
Hey, John.
It's the third call now that we're doing Zoom here. Staying safe. How you doing, John?
Doing well, doing well. How are you guys doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good.
The bike party.
Bike party. So how's 2021 going for you so far?
So 2021 is going fairly well with our organization. We're still doing a lot of things that we normally do in a year. It hasn't slowed us down. It's given us more work, this pandemic.
You guys do a lot. This is Eastside Riders.
Yep.
Eastside Riders Bike Club.
Eastside Riders Bike Club. We had a action-packed filled January so far. We fed over 10,000 people this month.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
Really?
10,000 people fed with our breakfast and lunch program. And we get a couple of lunches every week from Marro's Cafe up in I think it's West Hollywood. So they come down, we do a little bike ride with them. Everybody's masked up, and we take it to our homeless brothers and sisters on the streets. We have a ride every day with kids called A Ride with John. That came about because these kids, we found out the pandemic and was still in, and kids was going to be sheltered longer. And we felt that we needed to do something for these kids to get them out of the house and behind their computers. So we thought of a PE class, AKA Ride with John, come ride with me through the community. And it was launched, and we get about 30 families, well, kids plus their parents out here every day, Monday through Friday. And we ride through the community. We teach them drills, all kind of good things. So we have a lot going on. We fired up. We're in the office every day. We're working Monday through Sunday, trying to figure out how we continue to keep cycling on the minds of the community and to keep people safe during this pandemic.
So that's amazing. I follow you guys on Facebook, and I see, what you're doing, and I just didn't realize the magnitude of it. I mean, 10,000 people getting fed that's no joke, man. That's amazing. Thank you.
March to December last year was over 129,000 people.
Oh, that's insane. That's so cool.
November, December, Thanksgiving and Christmas. I think Christmas was like 30 families, but this was 30 families along with the straight wish list that they had. Of course, a lot of our partners helped pitch in. And November, over 600 families, we was able to give Thanksgiving dinners to. It looked like my pops is coming on right now.
Oh, cool.
Hey, John.
Now, is it officially John Jones Sr.? Or
That's
John
junior.
Jones?
That's Junior.
Junior. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
I haven't seen him all day because, he's been busy. So today, everybody in the organization was like, "Where's Pops? Where's Pops?"
John Jones Jr., welcome to the show. Wait, who's that back there? Is that
Jaheem?
Okay. Get everybody introduced and on the show. So we were just talking about the good work, Eastside Riders Bike Club. 120,000 people fed in just a few months. That's insane. That's amazing. How does this, you guys are a nonprofit, right? Like a 501c3?
Yeah, we're a nonprofit organization. As of November of 2018, we became a nonprofit, 501c3. We decided to become a nonprofit because we felt that we wanted to make sure that we was able to make some decisions and we was able to bring the resources that we wanted and that we was listening to in our community that they needed. And when we had fiscal sponsors, we really didn't have that ability, although we had the connections to the people to actually donate to us. But we're missing out on a lot. So now we are able to basically do and take care of the community the best we could through our own resources.
Right. Well, that's fantastic, man. So, you know, what's 2021 looking like for you guys? What do you guys have on the agenda? Like,
so when we started this year, we wanted to continue to honor Dr. King and what he stood for, and continue to do an event in the community. And every year we either do a cleanup or we do a pop-up where we feed people in the community. And this year, of course, we wanted to do a cleanup in the community because we was already feeding people. So we already knew we were going to feed breakfast and lunch to the community. So we incorporated the cleanup where we got about 40 people, including the Los Angeles Galaxy and the Los Angeles Galaxy Foundation. We had those guys come out. They brought us drinks and breakfast. With those 40 folks, we was able to clean 103rd Street and Watts between Central Avenue and Compton Avenue. About 2 hours. And we was able to start off the morning, 7:00 a.m., make breakfast, give that to the community. We rolled over into the cleanup, and then from the cleanup, we rolled over into lunch. So it was a jam-packed day, all before noon, and we fed over 600 people and cleaned up about a good 6-7 blocks in the community.
Amazing, and it's amazing how that kind of volunteer work really does bring a community together. Like when people come out and you start picking things up and you start talking to each other and making friends, and it's really cool, man.
And it's very important because you bring people from outside of the community that hear things, especially about the Watts community. And then they come through and they say this is a bike club. A bike club is feeding people. A bike club is cleaning up the community. Like, you guys should be riding bikes, right? So they find out that we're exactly what one of our taglines is. It's more than a bike club, you know?
Yeah.
Bikes is what bring us together. Everything else, you know, all of the other things that we do in the community is in its possibilities. It's just the bikes is what bring us together.
So do you still kind of work also with the council office there? Are you in touch with them, and do they kind of provide support? How's that?
We are in touch with the councilman's office. We're actually in their building, in the City of Los Angeles building. They do support us. And now I am a commissioner for the Department of Transportation as well. So I get to hear a lot of the things that's going on throughout the entire state, and be able to help with the solutions on trying to fix, you know, some of the issues that we have in the city.
Tell me a little bit about being a commissioner. Like, I know Tafara he's also a commissioner, right? Or
yeah, he's back in Parks now. He when he left, I took his seat on the Department of Transportation, and right now I'm still in learning mode. So I'm still trying to understand what the commission can do, and what a commissioner can do. But right now it's a lot of listening to issues and trying to direct the department and how those issues should be taken care of.
Is there a public comment
yes.
period?
Yes.
So it's kind of like the police commission in a way, right?
Something like the police commission, yeah.
But for traffic, it's so funny.
And I'm trying to, and it's in the way it's shaped. It seems like the commissioners and police have a lot of authority, and the transportation commission, I'm still learning to see, you know, how much you can push to make sure that they are actually listening to the needs of the community. Because it's always the needs of the community. Our electeds are there, but as I always say, I even feel that our electeds need to listen to the community a lot more.
Right.
The community is going to be there before the electeds come and after the electeds leave. It's still going to be the people's community that they live in. So,
And in that sense, the people that work at the LADOT, I was kind of tripped out on. You see the same faces for a long time with the LADOT, as the politicians sort of file in and out.
right.
And what are you like? Do a lot of people show up for public comment at the? Have you
It's in their
seen a
backyard.
lot?
If it's something that's going on in their community, like this week, this past month, we had a long list. Our commission meeting was very long because
Really?
it was a very important issue that we even had to amend what was actually brought to us. We had to amend it, and then it was still take it back and do a study on it, and then bring it back to us, and we'll see about approving it to go to the Department of Transportation. So
what was it? What was it about? What are people asking?
So this one, well, I can't remember what this one was, but a few months ago we had an issue that was continued for another month about parking over in the Hollywood Hills area.
Okay.
Permanent parking. But
Okay.
you have to look at it as, okay, it's still a park. It's an area that people want to go see. So
right.
Who are we really trying to keep out, or who are we trying to protect by having parking at all times permitted instead of using it for at a time-based permit? So it was a lot back and forth, a lot of staff reports. It was a lot of stuff to listen to and a lot of community to listen to, so we can make a decision on how to move forward with that parking situation.
Now their issue up there is they've got the Hollywood sign and they're tired of having tourists drive up in their little streets, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, and people get into Griffith Park and so forth.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like a wealthy community over there. What about other communities? Do people come out? I always kind of wonder, like, working class communities don't seem to have as much of a voice.
It hasn't been much. So everything, like you said, has been in the more like so the last community, which the valley is kind of mixed, right? That's where the biggest was. It was in the valley. Actually, that's what it was. It was for the safe parking program. So
safe parking.
Safe parking is where someone that's homeless, either living in a
right. Yes.
They can, like, it's a city-owned parking lot, but the city-owned parking lot is by businesses and it's by residents. And some people was for it and some people was against it. But you had all these calls because everyone, 100% of the people loved the idea, but some people just didn't want it so close to the business and so close to the houses.
I mean, where else are they going to put it? Like, come on, people.
So that was the big issue, and it went on. That commission meeting went for a while, and then it was important. It was important to hear everyone. It was important to listen to everything and roll out everything before you make a decision. And we felt that we did the right thing by continuing it and amending a bit of it and having the council office and the people talk to one another a little bit more and then bring this back to the board of commissioners so people can understand a little bit more what's going on, and the commission can make a ruling, as you could say, or approve to the best of our knowledge with the information that we have.
What do you think about hey, it's Nick. What do you think about the fact that the commission has, I'm just hearing this for the first time, you and Tafari as two commissioners, bike people, that they're reaching out to? What is that?
Tafari is not with
Tafari took off.
He's with Recreation Rec and Parks now.
Well, okay. But do you think that you represent like an active transportation component in the commission, or is that just you?
So as I was being vetted, as you can say, for this position, those are a lot of things that I brought up, right? how we can make safer streets, how we can think of first mile, last mile, and how we can think about more of the at promise communities. So as right now, I'm still in my learning stages of the commissioner, of being a commissioner and in the commission, and seeing how we can get more of our people in our communities to talk, because you need them to call in and talk and bring up the issues that's in the community, because a lot of times stuff is placed here that shouldn't be placed here. We know that Eastside Riders from years ago when we actually brought down the Department of Transportation, and they had their places where they wanted to put bike lanes here in Watts and in South LA. And we brought them down and we rode with them through the streets, and we told them why you can't put bike lanes in these areas. It's not enough room. So they seen that firsthand, and then we gave them streets where these bike lanes can be. And most of them in Watts that we move these bike lanes or put share roads down is there. So sometimes you can't just sit behind a computer and make a decision. You have to go out to the community and listen to the people in the community, and then make better decisions by seeing it for yourself and being in the community and listening to the people. So that's where I want to push. But as I sit down and learn, I'm seeing where I can talk more and where I can bring what I know from my community and spread it across the community. I mean, across the city, and make decisions across the city, from looking at it from basically the standpoint of a community, a disadvantaged community. You know, you gotta look at that throughout the whole city.
So the commission is appointed. Is it appointed by the city? Appointed by the mayor. Okay, so it's appointed by the mayor, and is it like more of an advisory body, or is it? Do you guys have real power to tell?
That's what I'm still learning.
Okay.
That's what I'm still learning.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. They got authority. They got some power, right? So I'm still trying to learn. If this is just an advisory. Yeah, we're trying to make the decisions best as we can, and then this is what we suggest, or this is what word is bond. This is what needs to be done by listening to the community and listening to the council office and the staff. So that's what I'm still learning.
Okay. Well, I've always wondered if there was a way for the public to interface with LEDOT in the style of a commission, and now I'm just learning about this after years of spending time.
How many people actually know that it is a commission, and that you can, when it was live downtown, you can go there just like a city council meeting and voice your opinions. Or now you can just hop on Zoom and voice your opinions that way. So, how many people know that?
Right. That's one thing I'm liking about the way that city meetings are happening now, is you can just get on Zoom, whereas before you had to trek it all the way down.
Find parking.
Yeah. Find parking or ride your bike there.
All right.
Hope that your bike is locked up safe outside City Hall.
So, hey, John too?
That's John Jr. Mm-hmm. Wait, so there's a John Jr. Where's John Jones II?
That's me.
Wait. Oh, you're John Jones II is a junior. Okay. Yeah. I'm a junior too, but I don't have a John, or I don't have a Don the third. I don't have a. So, tell us about your role with Eastside Riders.
My role? I'm a co-founder, the sergeant at arms. Whatever the club needs, I'm that man.
Okay. And I'm assuming you have many bicycles, or at least a bicycle that you ride with.
Yes.
Don, John Jr. Was helping my bike club when I was at Obama Middle School. For a couple years, and he provided us with a bunch of bikes to give to the kids.
Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, you taught at Obama Middle School. Yeah, my bad. I was like, did he know you since you were a youngin'? That's right. You used to teach there. Yeah, so that's cool. So it was sort of, I mean, like LCI type stuff, but kids programs kind of things. Are you an LCI? Are you guys LCIs or with the League of American Bicyclists?
Yes.
Okay. So it's kind of under the like those kind of. I guess it's like maybe grant funded, right? Or with Metro or something like that.
Yeah, you know, we haven't did too much as an LCI. Well, I do every day with our PE class and our BEAST class, our bicycle education and safety training class. So I use my skills and I catered it to my community. I don't use the league certified routes on teaching things because the league certified way is really looking on like the 10 speeds and road bikes and things like that. Most of the people in my community ride, beach cruisers and mountain bikes. So I have to think of how to do this in a different way and teach kids that way and families that way. So we kind of flipped it up. We still give helmets. Last year, numbers I got the other day, I think we gave out over 200 helmets last year. And it wasn't not in cheap helmets. We started off with burn, and then I had a photo shoot with 1,000, and I told them exactly what we wanted to do. 1,000 donated over 100 helmets, and now almost everybody in our club and everybody who we meet, we put them on 1,000 helmet. We got a good relationship with them. We're hoping to do some things further where we can continue to give helmets to people. And we're just trying to, keep those LCI skills, but cater them to our community because it's a lot different than what they brought to us. I did the class on the beach cruiser.
Right. This is a lot of volunteering. You're making a name for yourself. How do we get you into the city council seat? What's the next? Have you ever considered that?
Yeah. There's some good water sponsored by. I should leave that up to the politicians. I can do a good job if we had a politician that really wanted to listen and really wanted to make a difference. I can do better by being in the background instead of having to deal with all of the stuff that comes along with being an elected official. As an advisory role in a council office, I can really help, just like I did in Council District 15 for the time I was there. But I could have stayed there, and I could have. I mean, any area, everyone knows you get into a city job, you can be there for a while. I gave up the position not because I felt that I was too good to be a field deputy. I gave it up because I wanted to come back, and I felt I could do more with my organization and make a difference in the same way that a council person can, but without the red tape, right? So we can hear what the community needs, and we can help out. So we can do it in a different way than with council office but running, something that I thought about. I said when I turned 40, which was last year, that is something that I'll keep in my mind. And by 44, 45, if I felt like that was something I wanted to do, then I'll look at a position to run for. But 45 years is where I'll think about it. But right now, I'm just thinking about continuing to keep this organization, putting this organization to the top. And when I turn 44, this organization will be creeping on 20 years. And, hopefully I've already had someone that I can bring up, which I'm looking for now. I'm looking for someone that can come into Eastside Riders, learn about Eastside Riders as a youngster, 19, 20 years old, and be able to take over this organization in the next 4 or 5 years, because you always need those fresh eyes and ears. And I think that's another thing that get caught up in our political system, is that who is next? Like who are you training to be next? Who are you training to know and have those fresh ears? And sometimes they get caught up, and we see it a lot in the Senate. We see it a lot in Congress, where you have people that's been there for 50, 60 years and don't have any fresh ideas And it's no good for anyone for you to have that knowledge, but don't have the fresh ideas to keep up with the times, because things have changed in the 20, 30 years that it was in that seat. So it's a lot of things that need to happen. But I don't think everybody is always looking out for the next person. Everybody want to keep it about themselves, but we got to think about those next youth that's coming up in training.
That's why I brought Don on the show.
Now I can teach us all something, right? Don't get the name Roadblock on accident.
I want to know more about this traffic commission. I'm really fascinated by that, and fascinated that I've asked about this before and people just don't seem to know. So let's dive a little bit more in that and see how we can get information out there so the public can get more involved. Are there committees, and how does the public bring an issue to the commission? I know you're still kind of learning about it too, but it's like, this sounds like an avenue that we need desperately.
From what I'm seeing is like, it's either a change is made into the community, like slow streets, that's actually driven by the community, and then that's brought in through DOT or to council office that brings something in, and just like the council meetings, the community hear about it and want to comment on it. So they get the numbers and they're able to call in during the commission meeting and voice their opinions. So, and I'm thinking that I don't know yet, but I'm thinking like, even if you had a concern, you can get in, because everything has to be posted, just like the council meeting. You can get in and want to be on the agenda to talk about something and bring up an issue as well that you might have. Or you can just bring it up in public comment and get your answers there, or the following meeting.
I do have an issue I want to bring there. I keep bringing it up, but it's like, as a car driver, what I run into a lot is, I think that people have issues timing traffic lights, and I think there's a lot of crashes that happen because people sort of can't figure out whether a light is going to go red or not. And I just have been wanting for a while now to somehow get this in front of LADOT engineers and just be like,
don't you think more of the streets need to have that buffer when the lights turn red? Because obviously people are still running lights when they're red. So
yeah, like an all red phase.
You have the all red phase, and then you have the crosswalk phase, and then you have the green of the light going on to where it needs to be. I think that's where it needs to be, because I swear, when I'm driving and I'm at the light, I wait 3 to 4 seconds before I go, because I know somebody's gonna run the light. It never fails.
I agree. And what what I was going to bring up is the crosswalk. Pedestrian and safe street advocates have been saying for a long time that we should have crosswalks just default to the walk sign, so you don't have to push a button. With your idea for the all red phase, plus having an honest countdown show up on the walk symbols, and also having it just default to walk, I feel like there's a lot of wins there for car drivers and pedestrians. Although I would think that the LADOT engineers are probably not trying to have all red phases, right? Like they're like obsessed with, cutting seconds off the commute or whatever.
Yeah.
What are your other ideas about safe streets and all that?
One of my ideas is not an idea, but this is a great question, right? You're driving on the freeway. This is the freeway. You're driving on the freeway. A motorcycle is coming. What do people do?
Sometimes they move over for them. I've seen.
Over.
Yeah.
So how did that get programmed to people when a motorcycle is coming down that lane that you move over, and when a cyclist is coming down the lane, coming down the street, you can go towards him instead of moving over?
No idea. That's
like, how do we get that in the minds of people where, you respect the motorcycle. Why are we not saying this on billboards all across the country, all across the state, all across the city? because you see it on the freeway when you get on, move over for motorcycles, right? So why can't we get signage like that all across the city that's saying, you know, cyclists have the right to the road, but if you see them in the right side of the road, you know, give them their space. I know they tried the 3 foot, 6 foot campaign, but it really needs to be talked about. It really needs to be put down because people seem like cyclists are in their way when they're riding bikes. And us right now, with this class that we have, we're teaching kids how to ride on the streets in the safe spots. And we're teaching them how to be safe when they're riding on the street. But if the drivers is not getting that same education, the same information, then it's still a one-sided affair. So I always feel that part of if you have to go to driving school, maybe part of your driving school is to come and take a 2-hour bike safety class.
Right.
So, and I think probably before you get your driver's license, you need to take a 2-hour bicycle safety class because a lot of the people who have driven all their life, and we're telling them when they come to drop off their kids to be a part of our class, we say, no, you need to be here with your kids. And then they come ride the bike. They go back and drive and become a better driver because now they're seeing from a bike perspective, from a cyclist perspective on what they need to be looking for. Like, oh man, is that a I'm turning in the driveway. Should I look? Okay, now I'm looking for cyclists along with pedestrians. So getting people to take these bicycle classes and come out and ride is another way so we can have safer streets.
Do you know about hypermiling?
Hypermiling? What is that? Say it again.
Hypermiling. That is a style of driving which I subscribe to, where you actually drive slower to drive more efficiently. So you're trying to time the lights so you don't rush up to a red light and stop. And it saves on your gas, brake, and engine wear, but it also makes for a safer street. I mean, I sometimes don't pass cyclists that I see because I'm timing the light and I'm actually going a little bit slower than them. So I think we talk about that. Nick and I talk about that a lot because we used to drive, when we drove home from KPFK, we would team up and hypermile and see how far we could go without having to stop at a red light. So that'd be interesting to have, like, you know, it's like, how do you teach that to car drivers? How do we even get to the DMV process to talk about bikes and to talk about better driving habits and so forth? And, you know, people have brought up the idea of like standing outside the DMV office and doing like a public kind of activist action where you hand out pamphlets to drivers as they're going out on their test and just be like, hey, you know, we just want to make sure you guys are also thinking about, you know, bikes, Mr. Instructor, you know, here we are, like, please teach this driver that bikes belong on the road.
Maybe Don can make a presentation at the commission.
Yeah, yeah, as long as they don't snap no necks.
I'm a big teddy bear. I don't know.
Yeah, he's been doing this for a while.
Yeah, right. Yes. I mean, I remember it was more of a legend on this side before I got over and met him in person. You know, you heard the name. I'm like, this gotta be a big dude. Gotta be like this big, heavy dude. Has to be. And then I'm like, this dude's a big, like you said, like a big old teddy bear, man. I'm like,
you're like, this dude is just kind of skinny. He needs to eat something.
but he's serious about, you know, what he mean, you know. So you got to respect that. And he, I mean, obviously he's been doing this for years, trying to get safer streets, and you respect that.
I like where the new kids are going, like the Chief Lunas ride and what's that other ride? Even the Fixagoons. But I'm seeing like the new generations, like I've been watching their Instagrams and they're posting, like especially Chief Lunas, I have to give them props for really paying attention to the hit and run issues, and they really have good messaging, and they're activists now. It's kind of amazing to see the new generation.
Had to be like one of their friends so they can open their eyes to what, you know, we've kind of been trying to say for years, right?
Yeah.
But it's good that they're actually picking it up and that they have a following of younger kids, because then that gives you hope that we might get there where more kids are wearing helmets and more kids are being safer. It was crazy to me. We went out to Redlands to ride a BMX ride, and the first couple of times I was like the only guy with a helmet on. And the last couple of times we went, we seen more of the kids with helmets on, and it was like, all right, cool. These kids are starting to get it. They're starting to see people who they look up to wearing helmets. So now they're wearing helmets, and hopefully they understand, you know, that wearing that helmet can possibly save their life.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the one time I cracked my head open, I was not wearing a helmet. I was in Las Vegas, and it definitely would have been nice to be wearing a helmet at that point. And it was like literally my crank arm broke on my bike, and I just smacked. It wasn't even car related. Wow. The crank arm had like a hairline fracture on it that had been developing apparently for a long time. I just didn't notice. It cracked, and I smacked my head on the pavement, and I was out. So helmets do help. Yeah. You know. Although we want a society where, you know, it's the cars that get tamed, right?
Right.
Those are the deadly objects.
Yeah.
So you feed people, you teach kids safe riding. Do you work on bikes? Do you sell used bikes or new bikes or anything like that over at Eastside Riders? You put kids on bikes.
So we work on bikes, but now it's more of working on bikes and teaching kids, basically them earning a bike. We sell bikes during the holiday season, so we can have more money, so we can give away more bikes during that season. We don't work on as many bikes for sale as we used to. You know, when we first started, everything, all of our bikes, every single one of our bikes was built in my yard. From sanding it down to painting it to going down and picking out the tires you wanted and the wheels you wanted and putting it all together. And from front to beginning, from beginning to end, you built that bike. Now we kind of buy our bikes. We kind of buy our bikes, and we have, you know, new technology on bikes that we use to help us at these older ages, so we can ride a little bit more and put everybody on the same playing field. And we feel that these bikes are just as important as the bikes that we used 13 years ago when we started this organization. And we're using more of the pedal assist bikes on our bike rides, so we can get everybody on that bike ride and put them on the same playing field. So whether you weigh 100 pounds and you're out of shape, or you weigh 300-400 pounds and you're out of shape and you want to ride, you get on one of these pedal assist bikes, you feel you can ride with the fastest guy, because it's giving you that boost, and you're still riding those 20 miles, and you're still getting some exercise. So we're trying to, like, as the years go on, we've evolved, and we're bringing more into this bike club, so we can meet everybody at the level that they want to be met, and still have a purpose for them to come out and want to ride. And so we introduced pedal assist bikes to the organization at the middle of last year.
Wow. Yeah, I used to be kind of a naysayer about pedal assist, but I've completely changed my mind.
Sure.
I think I think it can revolutionize Los Angeles if more people, especially the people that say, I can't bike.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, okay, but there's a pedal assist bike that you can use.
We got a guy 69 years old, you know, rolling with us through the streets, going 30, 40 miles round trip rolling with us. I mean, my pops is what, 62, 63, 63, 62, 61? Oh, see, I'm way off. I know. But you know, he's still out there rolling with us as well. And he, you know, he got a sight problem, but he's still able to roll with us when, you know, on these bike rides, and that helps. I mean, the pedal assist bikes is giving people, you know, some extra years on riding. Totally.
And they've shown that it's still about the same amount of exercise. You're just going faster. So that's good. Keep the legs moving, staying agile.
To get that assist. It's not like you just push a button and ride. You still have to pedal.
Yeah, I have an electric tandem that somebody at a school put together for me, and it's not pedal assist. It's just you press a button. I'm trying to get rid of it, but I don't think anybody wants it.
Get out of here. I'll take it.
Sorry, you're in the wrong chat room.
It's donate it to Eastside Riders. Let's do it.
What bikes do you all ride?
So if you came in with a jalopy, an old beat up bike, we're gonna get in a riding gear, but we're not turning down anyone. You don't have to have a lowrider bike. You don't have to have a fixie. You don't have to have, but if you have any of those bikes, you still can ride with us. So that's why we made sure that we kept our name a bike club and not a lowrider bike club, or not a fixed geared bike club, not a BMX club. Any bike that you want to ride, you can come and ride here, and we show it on every ride that we have. You might find 10 people in our organization on 10 different styles of bikes, just because it's all about bikes. It's not about certain bike. Any bike you can come ride.
But you did start out as kind of a lowrider club?
Well, I never had that. I mean, I've had it, but I went off of my father. So remember, this bike club was by my father, and my father had a dream. And his idea was, let's fix up some bikes, and let's sit in the park and let's barbecue.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
It's a real good idea, and tell them some of this community service stuff with this bike club. And at first, everything. I mean, truthfully, I didn't really know anything about bikes, bicycle safety, or anything. I didn't even know that we were bike advocates until about 5 or 6 years ago. Never.
Wow. Okay.
Heard about it, but we was doing the work, right? But my father, this is how he was fixing up the bikes. So this is how I was fixing up the bikes. And then I started being introduced to other bikes, and I was like, oh wow, that's nice. And people started gifting me bikes that I can ride. That was nice. And you know, it went from there until it's like, yeah, we always been a bike club that you can ride any bike. But yeah, we did start off with a lot of fancy bikes, chrome. I think the first bike that I had a lot of chrome on it, and I learned real quick that I didn't like white walls and I didn't like chrome. So all my stuff was black. Either I painted it black or I bought it black, and my tires wasn't white walls because I didn't like cleaning. I don't want to have to clean the bike. So everything was white. You have to see the dirt so much.
I was gonna say, what do you have against white walls, man? Those lowrider bikes with the white walls look
dirty.
But yeah, you get it dirty. All right, that makes sense.
No barbecues? No, you still have.
Still do barbecues. Last year, we weren't able to do our bike nick, not a picnic, a bike nick, our annual bike nick. We weren't able to do it, but you know, we hope that this June, July, we'll be able to bring that back. Even if it's social distance wise, but we're still doing our bike rides that we do, our Ride for Love that we got coming up next month. We're still able to do that. We're still able to do daily bike rides with the kids, mask on, lots of hand sanitizer. And that became like another part of the family. All of these folks that we probably would have never met, but this pandemic has led us to meet a lot of people. But it also, sadly, we lost a lot of our families that was involved before the pandemic. I don't know if they just feel unsafe coming out, or if they just feel that something else I can do now. But we gained a lot of people, but we lost a lot of people who I really felt was family in this organization as well.
Do you guys have a regular ride meetup, or right now even? Is it hard to do it right now, or do you guys have one?
Yeah, every Saturday sort of 6 a.m. we do a bike ride. Yeah.
6 a.m.
6 a.m. That's where we hop on these pedal assist bikes, and we do about anywhere between 20 miles round trip to 40 miles round trip. In the morning, we halfway we have breakfast as a family, and then we ride back. Tomorrow, of course, it's going to be canceled because we couldn't see a good time to get a ride in before it rains. It looked like right on our turnaround, we'll be caught up in rain. So we canceled it for tomorrow, and we'll look at bringing it back next week. But every day, like today, before we had the party for the little kid birthday, we went on a bike ride through the community. 30, 40-minute bike ride with the kids every day. So that happens. And then, in the summertime, we do our Friday night rides where we'll ride to a different part of the city. We'll go down to Dignity Health Center in Carson. We'll ride to SpaceX. We'll go downtown to Staples Center. It's always, somewhere different that we'll ride to. And it's not always like the pedal assist bikes is normally on a Saturday morning, early morning ride. The rest of the bikes is where the rest of the rides is where we cruise and actually see things, because we're not in a rush to get back before the sun come up or get back so we can still have the day to do whatever we're going to do with family or clean up or whatever the case might be on that Saturday.
Okay. So Saturday is more about like a kind of get out and get some exercise kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first
6 a.m.
Yeah, the first part of it is still waking your body up. After that breakfast, we rolling on the way back. I mean,
if it's amazing how good you feel. I've been actually riding a lot in the mornings when I ride, and I like to ride before I eat, and it's just amazing to come back and like get some food in you, and the rest of the day you're all chipper and energetic.
And I already had your exercise then before everybody else wake up.
Yeah.
You have all these theme rides through the year. I don't know if you call them theme rides, but you just had Martin Luther King Day ride.
Yeah.
You're sponsored by a lot of groups, a lot of organizations.
Yeah, so this year and last year opened up to a lot of stuff. This year we've gotten a lot of people involved. If you look at our Ride for Love, we have probably have 5 or 6 different people who actually sponsor us for the year, you could say, like fund us to do different things, which helps us. And we just ride them all throughout the year on everything we do. So like Grow at Annenberg, they support us. It's a division of Annenberg Foundation, and it's ran by the son Gregory Annenberg, and they support us for what we do throughout the year. So we're able to put their name on everything we do. And then when you're talking LCI work, the Michaels organization, they're part of the Watts Rising Collaborative here in Watts, and we're the transportation organization for that. And so our Ride with Johns is sponsored by the Michaels organization, which is part of Watts Rising. So we get funds to help us, bring in the tubes and tires and things that the people need to keep that program free. And then Blue Cross Promise Health Plan came on at the end of last year. I wanted to donate money for more of what we're doing, and Kaiser and the Watts leadership. And it's just so many folks that's coming on to help us, that see what we're doing and believe in what we're doing since the pandemic, and it's able to give us more of a boost and stop worrying so much about how we're going to fund this and just put all our energy out into the programs.
That's amazing. You guys are doing incredible work. I'm blown away by how many people you fed. That's amazing. I mean, it's mind blowing. So, keep up the good work, and we want to have you guys back on for updates, and And, I'm going to be one of the first to endorse you if you decide in the future. I'm going to put it in your head. We're announcing it here on Bike Talk. But so great job. John Jones Jr., you obviously must be incredibly proud of your son, John Jones III. I'm trying to get all this right. So congratulations, and give us some social media spots where we can find you, where we can find the rides.
Anyone that's looking for us can go to our website. First of all, www.esrbc.org. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Yelp at Eastside Riders, on all of that. In any platform, mostly at Eastside Riders. We was lucky enough to secure our name when we first started. That was one of the things I did. I didn't know social media would be this big, but I knew that's what we needed to get our name out and what we needed to do. So at Eastside Riders on everything. You can see all the upcoming rides. You can get involved and volunteer for the breakfasts that we do, or come out for the ride with Johns. You can purchase our gear. You can see us up on billboards. We just launched a campaign, Why I Ride, and we have people in the community that's in the organization, and we just put them up on bus benches across all over the town. Why I ride, and it's pictures of real people and the reasons why they ride. We're doing things that we feel we should be doing and encouraging more people to come out and ride.
I love that. Yeah. So we go to Eastside Riders on social media, and for the website, it's ECSRBC. Did I get that right? No.
ESRBC. Eastside Riders Bike Club, but
ES. Yeah, we'll find it. But that's awesome. And anybody's invited. Even I could come out and
anybody
ride with you guys.
We welcome everybody.
Okay. Cool.
Nick.
All right. Well, thanks.
I'll be there. Yes, I will be there. Man. Although,
we got to wear masks, and you got to bring your 6 a.m. We're gonna go at 6 a.m.
6 a.m. Let's do it.
We're gonna hypermile out there, and then we're gonna.
So if you got hypermile, I still 4:30.
All right. Thanks for coming on, you guys. Always appreciate it when you come on, John Jones.
Yeah. Thank you guys for having us, like always.
See you again.
Yep. Cue the music.
Where is the theme song?
Yeah.
I rise in the morning and greet the day. Pull out the bike and I'm on my way. The transportation shows I care. Every turn of the pedal cleans the air. Green and the green, I'm saving the planet. Just like my friends Dale, Sean, Toby, and Janet. No greenhouse gas, a tiny carbon footprint up your ass. I'm on a motherfucking bike. I'm on a motherfucking bike.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Bike Talk. If you want to hear more, go to kpfk.org, navigate to programs, and choose Bike Talk. On the Bike Talk page, click on the archives link to play or download shows posted in the last 4 months. Go to biketalk.com and copy or click on the RSS link to subscribe. Our Twitter handle is BikeTalkPFK. On Facebook, we are Bike Talk. You can become friends and join our group.
I want to be friends.